What's up, YouTube? It's the end of the year 2016, and I wanted to do kind of a top 10 games I played this year. So let's get right into it. My number 10 I played this year is actually one of my favorite games of all time, but it was a port. You know, of all the other things I played this year, you know, I kind of, you know, if it's something new, if it's something I haven't played before, it's going to be higher on the list. So Dark Cloud 2, they ported to the PS4. That's my number 10. This game looks awesome on the PS4. There was some graphical glitches. There was some really weird stuff with like some of the dialogue boxes or whatever. But that did not break the game for me. It's Dark Cloud 2. You get to build towns, or build little towns, then go in the future and see how that kind of interacts with that. Awesome. If you haven't played that game, pick it up. It's like 10, 15 bucks. I got it on sale for like 10 bucks, so wait till it goes on sale or something maybe. Check that out. Number 9. My number 9 pick was earlier this year. I think it was February. Can't say February right, but there you go. That is Firewatch. Firewatch is the genre. Some people say this is kind of a slight against this genre, but it's a walking sim. I don't think that's a slight. I mean, that's what you're doing. You're walking a lot. Firewatch is a game where you're working in this national park and stuff starts to go a little weird, and it's like kind of a mystery kind of thing that you're involved in. Of all the walking sims I've played, this might be one of my favorites. It had some really cool elements to it. It's a cel shaded. It looks really good. I did like what they were doing with kind of the mystery side of it. There was times I was very kind of creeped out. There's no, I don't remember any jump scares. I hate jump scares in games unless you earn it. But stuff that just kind of pops out, buzz off. This is more of a creepy side sometimes, but it's very interesting, and I really dug what they were doing with this. So there's my number 9. Check it out, Firewatch. Grab that on sale. My number 8 is kind of the same thing with Dark Cloud 2, where it's like this game ranks way higher, you know, in the overall scheme of things. But it was the Twilight Princess HD remake or remaster on the Wii U. I think it's the only Wii U game that made my list, and it's probably the last Wii U game that will make my list. That console is kind of donezo, and I thought they did a really great job with the remaster. Kind of looking at side-by-side stuff. Once it came out, I was like, okay, because when I first saw it, I was like, it doesn't look too different. People were kind of complaining, comparing it to a fan project. I think that fan project looked kind of gaudy, kind of, I don't know. I like kind of the more, they just kind of touched up some stuff, and really, I didn't realize how aged Twilight Princess looked unless, you know, you put it side by side and see what this remaster did. So it's cool. I mean, yeah, it's Twilight Princess. It's one of my favorite Zelda games. Number 7 was a game made by the creators of Limbo. I almost said the creators of Inside. It is Inside. It's Inside. Yeah, this game took me by surprise. It was getting way incredible reviews, and I was like, oh, I guess I'll have to check this game out, you know, sooner than later. And I really had a good time with it. I think if you liked Limbo, you'll love this. I liked it better than Limbo, honestly. Towards the end, the game really takes a turn, and I was giggling at points, laughing at what they have you doing towards the end. I thought it was just really cool. Little artsy-fartsy. I like those artsy-fartsy games, walking sim. But this ain't a walking sim. You know what I mean. I'm more into artsy kind of stuff. I don't know, just surprised me. So this game did. And it's a cool little side-scrolling, almost noir, that's how you say that, film genre. Almost kind of like that. You're kind of trying to escape from this place. These people are chasing you. That's all you need to know. Number 6 was a sequel to a surprise reboot that I did not know I would like as much as I did, but that was Rise of the Tomb Raider. Got this on PC. This came out last year on Xbox One. I do not own an Xbox One, so I had to wait till this year, and I really had an awesome time with that. It's a beautiful game. It played on PC. I thought this one was it kind of just, you know, added more of what you loved with the reboot, the first reboot, the 2013 Tomb Raider reboot, and you get more of that. So if you like that kind of stuff, check it out. Yeah, I really highly recommend it. And story-wise, you're not going to get, you know, people compare the Uncharted series, it's going to happen to this. I like Uncharted story better. This story I did not care in the reboot. I didn't care in this one. They just don't really figure it out all the way. But it is a neat Indiana Jones ride. You're not, I mean, this ain't, you know, high art kind of stuff. But it's very, very fun. Plays great. Looks incredible. Some of the best graphics of this generation so far. For my number 5 pick, that will have to go to Hyper Light Drifter. This game also really took me by surprise. When I first saw it, when they first showed the trailers, really what intrigued me on it was it looked like Evangelion. It looked like the anime Evangelion, these like creatures, things rising out. I love the 2D kind of art style. That's kind of, you know, grown, you know, I've grown tired of that over the years, but this found a way to make it with the neon look and the kind of the color palettes that they used for this. It plays almost like a Demon Souls, Dark Souls type deal, where you can choose any of the areas you go to. It kind of branches off from this main hub area, and I was really surprised by how much I really liked it. Just kind of going off on my own thing, kind of discovering things on my own. They don't give you super in-depth tutorials, really no tutorials at all, and you're kind of just poking around trying to see, you know, what you can do in the world. The combat's great. I had a really fun time with it. It gets really hard at times, but I would even say this is better than Demon Souls. It's the only one I've played of the Souls series so far. This does better in the sense that you know, it was fair. You die, you only go back on that same room that you're in. You die in Demon Souls, you're going all the way back. So I felt like this was hard, but it wasn't hard to where I was frustrated and wanted to quit. It was hard to where it's like, oh, I could get better at this. I'm gonna use this strategy next time. My number 4 was a huge surprise. So I wasn't sure how much I was gonna like this. And this game blew me away. I totally had my expectations wrong for this, which was just low. The more stuff I saw of it, I didn't know if I was going to like it, but it blew me away. I think the beta too, I didn't know what to expect with it, but the story mode is incredible. They let you just go off into the world and you're just killing demons. I highly recommend No Clip's documentary. Look it up on YouTube, No Clip, Doom documentary or whatever. He kind of like went in there and kind of interviewed how this game came to be, and I think it is a solid reboot, whatever you want to call it. I guess reboot of the Doom series. Awesome. I think they did a great job. It's everything that I would want from a Doom reboot, and I highly recommend it if you're into shooters. This is not a duck and cover shooter. This is you have to keep running or you die. That's what I really liked about it. I've played shooters where you have, you know, duck and cover. I've experienced that. This has you running and just fast action and just never stops, you know, just crazy. And the multiplayer is great. I play a lot on there with my friends. So Doom, highly recommend. Graphics was great. They don't bullcrap with you. You're getting fun. That's all you need to know going into that. My number 3 pick. Now this is hard. The top 3, I really had a struggle with. And I want to put a caveat here. So my top 3 here, there's one kind of above that I'm struggling with where to put it because it was such a weird phenomenon. And my number 1-ish kind of, you know, pseudo number 1 is Pokemon Go. We're just going to get that out of the way. Pokemon Go, I was playing with my girlfriend and our family. We went on a vacation this year, and all of us are out there, like her sister and her kids and stuff, and we're all playing together and saying, hey, where'd you get this at? And, you know, do you have this Pokemon? What's the level of this Pokemon? Okay, let's go take this gym over. Okay. It was the most fun I've had with Pokemon since the original, when I got the original Pokemon Blue in 1998. I ate this freaking game up. Like, it was so fun to play with other people, go around my town. It was such a phenomenon, and it's weird. I kind of put it as a pseudo number 1, maybe even tied with my number 1 that I put in here, because it's like sort of a game, and then as it progressed, you know, it's winter now. I haven't played as much. I think they should have had trading by now, so I had my issues with it, but it was such a phenomenon, and seeing all these people out playing this game, playing a video game with people out and about that never usually play video games, you know, like that. I would never, you know, sit down and play a Doom match with these people, but I'm able to trade Pokemon with them, or not trade, wish I could, but talk about Pokemon, even with its basic, you know, what they launched with, was something I'll never forget. It was to the level of that original 98 phenomenon, because it was everywhere. It was absolutely, it changed businesses, like businesses had it out, like advertising to come here and get a Pokestop. So pseudo number 1, just get that out of the way. So number 3, and this is so tough. These games are almost basically tied. Man, they're so interchangeable at certain, you know, in certain aspects. But ultimately I did decide, you know, I thought about this hard, thought real hard, and plugged my head into this video game world to give you guys a top 3. My drum roll. Uncharted 4 for PlayStation 4. This game is it is the culmination of the series' strengths, sometimes weaknesses, into one awesome package. It looks incredible. The graphics at times, I was just like, it looks like a cutscene you're playing. And I had an incredible time with it from beginning to end. The thing that stands out to me, why this made the top 3, is this game covered, like Last of Us, you know, its strong narrative, its strong storytelling from Naughty Dog. I feel like this game covered something no other game did, and much like Last of Us with its narrative, this game did that same thing about marriage. Like a weird, when was the last game you played that like talked about marriage and stuff? Like all the games I play have like bikini girls everywhere, so this game tried to like cover that and more honestly kind of take that on. Awesome. I thought that was really cool, and I've never played anything like that, you know, that covered that subject, and narrative wise it was just perfect from beginning to end for me. My number 2 pick is a game that I have waited for since I was in high school, and that was back when it was known by another name, and that is Final Fantasy 15. It was known back then as Final Fantasy Versus 13 back in the day, and I have waited ever since. I thought it looked great. It kind of disappeared for a while, and when it reappeared in 2013, along with Kingdom Hearts 3 being revealed, I was just ecstatic. You know, from seeing that, like my hype level went through the roof. So I've really been hyped for the past 3 years, honestly, if you want to say that, with this game. I just finished it tonight, I just finished it today, and I had an amazing time with it. There will be a review soon for this to talk more in depth, but I will give you a little nugget of why, you know, it made my number 2. And I think it really nailed the mood that really, you know, really hyped me with the demo that came out. The demo, it felt like a road trip adventure. I was like, this kind of feels like a road trip. Maybe I think the trailer kind of showed that. I was like, I feel like you're on a road trip, you know, with your buddies. And that's exactly what it is. It nailed that. It exceeded my expectations when it came to that. All the stuff that gameplay wise is in the game. Had an amazing time with it. There are flaws. We'll talk about that in the review, but that's my number 2 for the year, Final Fantasy 15. Absolutely check out Final Fantasy 15, especially if you're a fan of the series. There's tons of little nods. It's not annoying, you know, here's a reference to the original Final Fantasy. It is like cool stuff that, you know, between summons and all the stuff, without going into any spoilers, you know, kind of winks and nods are done very well. Final Fantasy 15, my number 2 of the year. My number 1 of the year, drum roll please, I'm gonna beat on my chair. My number 1 is The Last Guardian. The Last Guardian blew me away. It is a game, again, there's going to be a review that kind of goes into this stuff, but here's a little summary nugget for you. Summary nugget. I'm going to patent that title. This game is so good from beginning to end. It has moments in it that, you know, choke you up. There's moments in it that made me crack up laughing just with excitement. And there's moments where I was just like genuinely scared and kind of, you know, worried and stuff. It really just hit all these beats. And I've played the other Team Ico games, Ico and Shadow of the Colossus, and those are great. And I believe each game it got better. That's how I rank them. Ico's 3rd for me, Shadow of the Colossus, and now The Last Guardian, I think, takes that seat of number 1. I think it just, you know, controlling this character, this creature. His name is Trico, and you're this little boy. Man, I thought it was so well done. The puzzles were just awesome. I never hit a point where I was just like, I'm done with this game. I always wanted to keep playing more. The music, the graphics, the mood, and I will say the completeness of this game, which I was shocked by. This is another one where I've waited, if you want to count since Shadow of the Colossus, a decade. I've waited a decade for another Team Ico game. But realistically, watching that first trailer in 2009 and going, wow, I really want to play that. And then it just becoming a legend. It became, to me, it's Half-Life 3 level of just this legend that got re-announced, multiple times, delayed multiple times. I didn't think it was going to come out, a year or two ago. It sounded like it was getting canceled. So to have this game in its complete form, there isn't any shortcuts. I felt like playing this game where it's like, there might be issues with Final Fantasy 15 where I have that. We had Metal Gear Solid 5 I loved, but, you could feel stuff got gutted out to get that game out the door. Last Guardian doesn't feel like that. Last Guardian feels like a ambitious game that is complete. So, I want to, this is my last video of the year. Thank you guys, because my subscribers have jumped I think I had less than 100 at the beginning of this year, or 100, and now it's at almost at 3. So that's really cool. It's not, a lot maybe to some people, but it's cool to have people that want to support you and like you guys liking stuff or whatever. I do it, for you guys, because I watch some of these YouTube channels I'm subscribed to, gaming wise and not, and I like the quality that goes into it. So I hope I have increased in quality over the years, and I hope you guys like the reaction video. The reaction videos, I want to say too, was the first this year. I started the channel in 2014 or something, and I set up a little camera and said, after, what the frick was that? If you watched E3 2015, that was nuts. I was jumping on the couch. It was Last Guardian, Final Fantasy 7, and Shenmue 3. Basically 3 Half-Lives got announced in one keynote, and I was screaming. And I really wish we had reactions for that. My girlfriend turned on her camera from her phone real quick because I was jumping up on the couch. And we all watched it as a group that year, but it was just after that, I was like, man, we should film our reactions. I think it's fun for us to go back and look at, and that's kind of was the ideal of the E3 2016 video, which, what happened with that? That was incredible, the reaction. That's at 40,000 views, and I was hanging out with Kenny. You get to see him, Kenny G, in the reaction of the video. He's over at my house, and I get an email, and I look at it, and it's from Kojima Productions, and they're asking to use our reaction video in the HidioTube on his show. HidioTube is the name of it. And I was just freaking out because he is my favorite game director. Metal Gear Solid is my favorite game series, and it's like, absolutely you can use that. And I wrote back, and yeah, I asked him, is that going to be on HidioTube? It wasn't Hideo himself. He's not seeking this out himself. I'm sorry, I should have prefaced that, but it was somebody from their marketing department. But I recognized the name, and I looked out, checked out everything, and then I said yeah, and the episode came out. We were all just really geeking out, just like, is this happening? Because if you watch that reaction video, I thought the reactions, people enjoyed the video, of course, but it cuts out because the camera I was using was, it stopped every whatever, but it was overheating and I was having issues. People got on the comments, even though I put in the description, sorry, there's, it cuts out here in a couple places. So I don't even think it's the best reaction video. I think I fricked it up. But man, it still got a great response. People were really, hyped on it, and awesome. I'm new to reaction videos. That was my first one, and we'll definitely continue to do those, and those have done, well. And you guys have enjoyed it. Most of you guys have enjoyed it. So yeah, thank you guys for watching and supporting the channel, my channel here. I think it really means a lot to me. And having Hideo Kojima do that was a great honor. It was incredible to be on that. And so yeah, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for liking the videos, commenting. I do appreciate the comments, good and bad. The bad ones make me laugh and have a good time with them. The good ones make me smile. So Thank you guys for making me smile. So, thank you guys. Leave your suggestions, leave your comments. Tell me what your game of the year, I'm interested to see what are people going to choose for game of the year. Thank you. There's 2016. There goes another year. 2017, we're going to get bigger. We're going to get badder. More reviews, more reactions, and more funs. Thank you guys. Have a happy new year, safe new year, and so long. See ya. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Thanks, guys. Last Guardian. Go play The Last Guardian. Go play The Last Guardian. Go play The Last Guardian. Thanks for watching. Subscribe. You're not going to subscribe. This thing sucks. This sucks. This sucks. Dweebo out. See ya.